I wanted to see if I could adjust or be a little more fluid with that pace for some students. What would happen if I had some students that would race ahead a bit? And what would happen if I had some students that were still practicing problems on a previous skill that they just couldn't, nail down yet? I also wondered this. When I assign 15 problems, what about that student in class that only needs 5 problems, maybe? They get all 5 right. Why should they have to sit down and do 15? You know what I'm saying? Like, they've already acquired the skill, can articulate what they're doing, and they can move on. But then also, what about that student who, in 15, they've really only got 8 right? They probably need more like 20 problems or 25 problems, or depending on the skill, maybe even more than that, um, to practice in order to acquire that proficiency, right? And I wondered if I could somehow be fluid with the number of problems that I was providing students instead of providing the same number for every student. So that's what happened here, and I want to just jump to a specific skill. By the way, Khan Academy is early math clear up to calculus. Most people think of it as a system of videos. They do have videos, but what they also have are would be like PDF like study guides where they work out things more like a textbook. Then they also have an extensive, I want to call it a library of exercises that they've written. And think of it this way: it's an unlimited generation amount of problems that are generated for a student to go through. Um, and they write the software so that it works in that way, that it provides an unlimited number of problems for students to practice, all the meanwhile tracking and giving constant feedback to that student while they're doing the problem. So we'll just go to something simple here, slope of a line or something, finding the slope from a graph. Okay, good. So, imagine you've already given your instruction, right? And I'm going to take what you see here on the screen, replace this with whatever, however it is that you provide problems for students to do. I don't know how that is, a worksheet. I've seen some of you, I guess you link to a PDF or something in Ngrade and provide them problems that way. I imagine some people may use a textbook. Yep. Sorry, trying to wrap up here. I got cut off again. Um, this is, you notice on the bottom here, for most exercises, Khan Academy provide there's actually a pretty extensive algorithm that's used to determine whether students are proficient. In this case, it appears that they're requiring this student to answer 5 questions correct, 5 consecutive questions correct, without using a hint, which this problem apparently I've used as an example before because or this assignment. I've already asked for hints, but they didn't watch the video that's attached to the problem. They answered it correct the first time and moved on. And when they get 5, Khan Academy determines that student is proficient, but they will not deem them proficient until they get those 5 consecutive problems right. And that's where you get into this unlimited number of problems provided to individual students. So let me just put in the right answer here. I guess this would be a negative 3/4. Yes. We'll go to the next one. Yeah, you see it put light bulb down there because I asked for a hint. So just think about it. That's all I want you to do, and I'd love to have the conversation with you and talk about it sometime. Um, what impact do you think that would have on learning? Consider even the speed at which students would acquire skills and knowledge, given that they operate in an environment that provides them constant feedback. You know what I'm saying? And don't get the wrong impression. Don't think that Derek used this exclusively for everything he did in class. He just must have just sat kids in front of Khan Academy and said go. I didn't do that, and I won't get into this. Video is already too long to get into specifics, but I would if you wanted to. How can we include this as maybe one of the tools that one of the a piece of the meal, if you will, the buffet that we provide students to work on. And I think this could be a part of the buffet for sure. But right now, just think of the why. Think of the things that I've asked you to consider. And if you want to give me some feedback, that'd be great. I'd love to hear. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it.